high-speed train, the bullet train. So high-speed train has another name, which is bullet train, because the head of the train it looks like a bullet. But for safety, during the shakedown period, the high-speed train will operate at a speed of less than 2 per hour. And there are many advantages of high-speed train. For example, high capacity, so that more people can take the train to different places, and less time consuming, better safety performance, higher punctuality rate, and convenient or comfortable. So just now, Grace's group talked about it's very good for kids and the babies. That is true. So when I travel with my daughter, most of the time I choose high-speed train, not plane, because for plane, maybe the kids will feel uncomfortable, and they cannot stay at the seat for a long time. But on the high-speed train, they can just walk from one cart to another cart. And of course, it's eco-friendly because it consumes electricity all the way, not the coal or not the oil, the gas. Okay, so that there are many advantages. And in the video, we actually saw a map of the high-speed train railways, right? So most of the railways are in the west part or the east part. Remember?
East part, east part.
East part, very good. Okay, in the east part. So it is because of the people distribution in China. So before, in the first chapter of geography of China, we learned that most of the people in China live in the east part and the south part of China. So there is a line, okay, invisible line from Heihe to Tengchong, and to the east and the north of this line, like more than 90 people live here. But for this part, okay, less than about 10% of people in China live in this place. So that's why, most of the railways, are in the southern part and eastern part of China. And there is a, and in China, there is a plan for the construction of the railways, or the high railway map. Like 8 example, and 8. Okay, so I mean the main lines, okay, connecting the main cities till 2030. Okay, till 2030. So actually, there is railway to Tibet, but it's not a high speed. I think maybe until 2040 there will be a high speed way to Tibet. Tibet is too high now, so it's very difficult to build a highway there. But anyway, I think there will be one. Okay, there will be one. So in the plan, there is one until to Xinjiang, the capital of Xinjiang here. And in the video, it talks about 2 types of high-speed way, high-speed train in China. One is harmonious and one is renaissance. Two types. And we can look at the comparison between the high-speed train and the traditional train. There are still traditional trains in China. Okay, there are still, and for example, from my hometown to from Shanghai to my hometown, you can take a high-speed train or a traditional train. If you 200 RMB. Okay, 200 RMB. But for the traditional train, it's only about 60 or 70 RMB. So it's very cheap. So sometimes when father or mother-in-law go back to hometown and they are not in a rush and they just want to save some money, they will trains. So we can have a look at the comparison between the high-speed train and traditional train. So you see, this is from Shanghai to Chengdu. Chengdu is the capital of Sichuan province. Sichuan province is the province which is famous for pandas and hot pots. And it's like, let me show you the map. It's about, this is Shanghai here. And the Sichuan is about here. Sichuan is about here, from this place to this place. Actually, it's a long way. It's a long way from Shanghai to Sichuan. And okay, and of course you see the price is a big difference, right? The price. So one is like 900, and one is only 200. So the price is different, and the time is a big difference. So for the high-speed train, it's only 11 hours, and for the traditional train, it's like almost 30 hours, almost 30 hours. So it's the difference between the high-speed train and the traditional train. So for some businessmen who are in rush, and they often choose high-speed train. But for some normal people, if they do not they are not in a hurry, and especially for some people who travel, and they think that taking a traditional train and sleep on the traditional train is a good experience, they may choose traditional train. And there are many apps to buy train tickets. For example, the official apps or the website for the railway company is called 12306. So in the future, when you come to Shanghai, if you want to buy tickets, you can just download this app, or you can just log in the website to buy tickets. You can use your passport number to buy tickets. And of course, there are some other like traveling apps or traveling companies. They also help to sell the train tickets. For example, this one Chunar and this one C-Trip. This one is C-Trip. You can buy tickets there. It's very, very convenient. You can just book it on your phone, and then you take your ID card to take the train. And at the time you book it, okay. And the comparison between high-speed train and the traditional train. Will you take high-speed train or traditional train if you come to Shanghai, China?
Yes, 老师.
I will take plane, 老师. Plane is more cheaper.
Plane is cheaper. Who said that plane is cheaper?
Side, 老师. I think plane is cheaper, 老师.
Not always. Okay, not always.
I think always, 老师, because Shanghai to Guiyang, every time I have seen 650, 750 like this.
Okay, during Spring Festival, it's very expensive. Because right now, it's because of pandemic, not too many people travel. That's why the plane is very cheap. But during like Golden Week or like Spring Festival, some important festivals, it's very expensive. Okay, so that's all for the comparison. Okay, now we are going to talk about some experience of China's transportation development shared with the world. So just now we know that China has has a large amount of experience, like building building highways and building railways and high-speed trains. And just now I mentioned that we have railway from we have railway to Tibet. It's like 10 years ago we built the railways. It's very difficult project. It's a very difficult project, but anyway, they built it. And during the way, there are many conservation parks for very precious animals. So in order to protect the animals, they used like high technology to build the railways. So they tried their best to protect the animals. And so the railway construction teams have these kind of experiences. So with this experience, share the word to help to build so today will be railway. So Cody, Nawani, are you here?
Yes, yes, yes. But I know the city, I just don't know the railway.
These two cities are in Kenya, as in Eastern Africa, and Mombasa is a very famous port city. There is a very famous port here, and Nairobi is the capital of Kenya. First of all, let's just have a look at the video and get to know some basic information of this railway. Okay, and then I'm going to explain in details. This one.
Thousands of Chinese ceramic wares stranded in Africa. The Kenya port city Mombasa